1 out of 3 people in Singapore are foreigners. This is according to the latest census data released by the Singapore Department of Statistics. It's no surprise then that immigration and integration were hot-button issues at a dialogue chaired by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Defence Teo.He on Saturday. 400 Singaporeans and foreigners attended the post-National Day rally dialogue entitled The Young, the Restless, the Minorities and the New Citizens. This was organized by the Young Sikh Association. Of the 400 dialogue participants, 1/4 were foreigners. Among the chief concerns was the issue of foreigners in Singapore.
There are always push and pull factors. There are push factors in the country of origin from which the migrants came from. Then the other set of factors is what is the pull factor for the country to which they've migrated to look for a job or to settle. And so these migrations tend to take place in waves. And if you don't catch the waves, it's not that it's going to happen, it's going to continue as a continuous flow all the time. And I think that if we are open and receptive, and there are push factors out there, and there are pull factors here in Singapore, and that there are people who are looking for a place to settle and find that Singapore is attractive, and these are able people, identify with our goals and visions, I think we should be prepared to take them in so that we strengthen ourselves for the future. Almost a part of our makeup that we struggle with our own identity, because we are a nation that came together from almost accidentally from such a diverse group of people. I mean, initially, in the 1800s, 1900s, people who came here, some of whom have been your forefathers, never intended to settle here. The comfort levels between foreigners and Singaporeans, that's something which we have to work on. I mean, it's true in every country in the world when you have foreigners who come to work or to migrate, and they come, and there's always friction and misunderstandings between those who feel that they have a birthright, and therefore they're here, and there are different cultural norms and so forth. So it does take 2 hands to clap. I would encourage you during your time that you're here to get to know more friends in Singapore, learn the cultural norms, pick up the local accent.
To illustrate his point that Singapore is a migrant society, DPM Teo asked the dialogue participants how many of them have 3 generations of Singaporeans in their families. Only a handful raised their hands. Besides the issue of migration, DPM Teo also spoke on the SAF. One participant had asked how involved new citizens are in the army and about the deployment of Malays in the army.
New citizens are required to do NS. If there's second generation new citizens are required to do NS. And where we deploy people for national service depends on needs and depends on our assessment of the suitability of individuals to be deployed in specific vocations and units. And that does not change. Malays in the SAF, which direction we are going, the direction is positive. And you can see that too.
DPM Teo encouraged Singaporeans and foreigners to put aside their differences and instead to work together to understand each other. Other issues DPM Teo addressed in the dialogue include the foreign worker policy and the changing role of universities in Singapore. For more on the dialogue, watch our other clips on Razor TV.